5 people were deceased immediately from this crash.
Continue to pray, please, for the family, the rest of the family and the friends. It's going to be such a difficult time.
That's how we're wrestling with it, by faith, hope, hoping beyond this stuff of the world. That's the only way we can cope with it.
Instead of celebrating this Christmas, several families are now planning funerals after a plane crash this weekend killed 5 people, including prominent lawyer John Shannon and his 2 daughters.
It's a loss that's left many feeling heartbroken and stunned, including a local pastor who tells 10 News reporter Josh Sidorowicz he knew all 5 people that were killed in that crash. He even presided over the wedding of 2 of them just months ago.
In an empty church on Christmas Day.
He was much more than just a parishioner for me. He was a friend, a personal friend.
Pastor Ron Pennekamp is filled with grief. His friend John Shannon was piloting what was once this Cessna 340 when it crashed, shortly after taking off on a foggy Christmas Eve morning in Bartow. Shannon, his 2 daughters, his son-in-law, and a close family friend were all killed.
I've flown through fog with John. He's instrument rated, and so he turned on his instruments and turned on the landing lights, and we came out of the fog, just above the ground, and we were right on target, right on the end of the runway. So I don't think it's fog. Honestly, I really don't think it's fog. I don't think he would have taken off if he thought he was going to put his family in jeopardy.
Pennekamp knew Shannon for 13 years. He watched his daughters Olivia and Victoria grow up here at St. Paul Lutheran in Lakeland. He watched John, who was just as active inside these walls, is out.
He talked to people, he would find out what's going on, and he always had influence, and that's really the mark of a good leader.
Pastor Pennekamp says if it's going to happen anywhere, he feels Shannon's funeral should be right here. But in a sanctuary that fits just 700, he doubts it'll be near enough to fit everyone who would likely turn out.
He just knew everybody. People respected John.
But before there will be any funeral, there was a wedding just a few months ago.
It was just a fantastic weekend.
Shannon's daughter, Victoria, married Peter Worthington, and it was Pastor Pennekamp who presided over that ceremony in Baltimore where the couple moved.
This would have been their first Christmas as newlyweds.
Yeah, it's hard to even think about.
Just as hard, the loss of close family friend and St. Paul parishioner Krista Clayton, a mother to 2 young daughters, just 18 months and 3 years old. Pennekamp says he spent Christmas Eve with those young girls and their father, like so many others now, working through their shock to find peace in the loss of such a crucial piece in so many lives.
John was a great man. Kids were great kids. And we're going to mourn, but we're going to not mourn without hope.
In Lakeland, Josh Sidorowicz, 10 News.
The FAA and the NTSB are investigating to determine the exact cause of that plane crash. As for funeral arrangements, nothing has been finalized for any of the victims yet. You can find more information about each of them and their backgrounds right there on our website at WTSB.com.